Guru Kripa Kevalam. Namaste and welcome everyone to Satsang today. Satguru Sri Muji Baba ki Jai. Okay, we have someone here, Gemma. Gemma can go.
Hello, Ananta. Can you listen me?
Yeah.
Thank you. I couldn't watch satsangs for these few past weeks, or I don't know. And what happened to me, what is happening to me that is giving me a lot of trouble right now is that I'm having a lot of anxiety and fear. And like this morning, every morning I wake up, I feel this way. And this morning I decided to watch the satsangs from you and from Muji about fear. So just one after the other. And while now I'm trembling because while watching satsangs, I can see the fear comes down and somehow it gets right here like a strong sense of some physical strong sense of something. I cannot label it, but it's like fear is not there. Like right now, I'm not feeling the fear, but I'm feeling this tremble and this anxiety in the body. And of course, what happened is that during the day, if I'm doing things outside, it feels like I'm more distracted. It's like I'm going more to Gemma to be distracted of the sense of fear, and then I become more Gemma, like okay, Gemma is feeling good now. You know, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling fine.
Okay, so let's pause here because something is coming for me to say. So I have some good news, and I'm happy to share that with all of you. And then, Gemma, you can continue the question, but look together as we are looking at this, because you spoke about attention going outside and how you become more person-like or ego-like in your behavior if attention goes outside. So, can we all do this with some innocence, like little children, for some time? Just let your attention go outside. Let there be sight, let there be hearing, let there be whatever senses you're experiencing. But don't convert anything that you perceive into any sort of meaning or knowledge. Just like an innocent child who doesn't know what anything is. Allow yourself to perceive what we call the world. So don't even call it Leela, Maya, nothing. Don't even call it anything. Just perceive. Hear the sound, see the image, smell whatever smell has to be there, touch whatever touch is there, taste whatever taste is there. Pure innocence and no attempt to make any knowledge out of it or any meaning out of it. Not even what is happening to me while I'm doing this. No judging anything at all. Allow your attention wherever it wants to go, it can go. Don't have to be spiritual about it. Don't try to keep it in your heart or some chakra or some image of God. Nothing. If it goes naturally like that, it's fine. But no attempt to control it. Yes. The mind may say you're being very silly. It's fine. It's completely fine. Be silly. Bring your attention to the tip of your nose, as close or even closer if you can. Then send your attention as far as it can go. Maybe a few inches above your head, many feet above your head, as far as you can imagine above your head. Further, 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 as far as it go, wherever it wants. But you are not to label, not to understand, or to make meaning out of any of this. Now, bring your attention to what we call the body, the sensations or perceptions that we usually call the body. Keep your attention there. Just gently and playfully, no forcing anything. Observe the sensations that we call the body. Just meet every sensation without even the label of pain or pleasure. Just experience it without any knowledge. Then allow even thoughts, what we call the mind, allow attention to go to it. Don't buy any of its stories, but allow yourself to perceive whatever thoughts are there. Don't try to push away any sensation. If you're hearing the siren, hear it, it's fine. Allow your attention to go to that which we call emotions. If there is joy, go to joy. If there is fear, go to fear. But meet it without these labels. Whatever you may be experiencing, don't resist any emotion, any sensation. Now allow yourself to Become aware of your being itself, your presence, the sense of existence. Now notice that it is you that is aware even of this beingness, of this sense of presence. You are aware, but you are independent even of that. Notice that you are just aware. You cannot perceive yourself. No senses apply here. And yet, through your intuitive insight, you are aware of yourself. No attention is needed here. So, what is the good news? The good news is that no matter where you go or your attention goes, you only meet yourself. You only meet God. There is nothing in opposition to you. There is nothing that you have to fix or resolve. Whichever aspect of your existence you meet, whether it is the world, whether it is your being, whether it is any layer of thought, emotion, intellect, it is all manifestations of the very self which is aware of all of this. But in the emergence or appearance of any of this, that unchanging reality has not been touched or changed in any way. It is just true for truth's sake. What I'm showing you is not meant to help some idea of yourself. Everywhere you go, you only find God. You only find God wherever you go. Whether you look so-called outside, inside, at the body, any object of your senses, it's just God, God, God. So it is the truth actually which is inescapable and inevitable. But once we try to make an understanding out of this, or knowledge out of this, or meaning out of this, that is when it can start to seem very convoluted, very limited. So remain in this innocence. You will not lose anything but your story. You will not lose anything but the ability to include yourself in time. You will lose the ability to say, this is what is happening to me, because it's me you cannot find. You will not be able to look at the fluttering perception and make it about yourself. You will not be able to conclude that this appearance means this for me, because the ground in which this me could stand has been taken away. Of course, your mind will scream. It will say, me, me, me. What about me? Help me. But the only way to help you is to see that, to help you see that this me is not real. So, belief in the mind is an escape from God, but it's not a true escape. It is a made up fantasy, because in reality, you only ever met with God. You don't have to try and be something. You don't have to try and be spiritual. You don't have to try and be enlightened. Without your trying, what are you? To try, what do you have to be? To try, what do you have to be? One that can try, have you met that one? Can you see that one? Doesn't exist.
I couldn't listen your last sentences. I couldn't. I don't know what you said, because well, it comes from the afraid or from the it's something I cannot forget. I cannot forget all the craziness and the losses of consciousness. It's been happening year after year. I cannot forget that. And there's this fear of going in this. And now that I'm going down with some few medicines,
Okay,
like,
Paul. You say you cannot forget.
it comes like,
Okay.
I'm going again there where I lose consciousness and I'm not there, and I'm doing things that I don't know because there's no consciousness seeing that. And then I'm inside of a psychiatric hospital and I don't even realize.
Okay, pause. Let's pause there. So, in this moment, you have forgotten. In this moment, you have forgotten. Right now, you have forgotten. You have forgotten. Your mind is saying, I cannot forget, but you can't even remember what you cannot forget. You see, you have to take time to remember what you cannot forget. You see, you have to take time to remember what you think you cannot forget. What is here right now before remembering or forgetting? Right now, don't take any time. Don't take any time right now. Don't take any time. You want to help the one in time, but let's help the one which is timeless for the moment. And then we will together decide how to help the one. What is your present experience right now? Right now.
But I doubt.
I didn't hear you well. What is it? I doubt.
I'm here to see, but I doubt.
Okay, but you are there before you can
because
doubt.
I have too many experiences, and then I cannot forget them.
Okay, for this to work, we have to slow down really slow. Slow down really slow, because the mind will keep you in a rush so that you don't listen. You see, it will keep you in a rush so that you can't assimilate what I'm saying. Now, you said, I am here, but I doubt. You see, which is very good. So before you can doubt, you have to be there, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes. So before the doubt comes and after the doubt goes, what are you? What is the I that is here?
I don't know.
Independent of whatever doubt or not doubt may happen, I don't care about doubt or trust for the moment. Let it be there. Whatever is there is there. The you that is there, is it a body? Take your time. What is the quality of the you that is present before the doubt or the trust comes? Right now. Don't go to your mind for the answer. I don't need the mind's answer. What do you see? What do you see?
I don't care. I don't care what is the quality.
I don't care what?
What is the quality?
The quality.
I don't care what is the quality.
Then if you don't listen to the advice and you will follow your mind's lamentation that it doesn't care. You see? Is it true about you, or is it your mind which is saying, I don't care? Because if it is true about you, why would you come here?
Sorry, okay. I couldn't listen.
Yes, yes. You come to satsang not to listen to your mind, isn't it? You come to satsang to listen to Ananta. Now,
Yes.
Ananta is advising you to look at yourself in a certain way. Obviously, your mind will resist that. But
Yes.
remember that you came to satsang not to listen to your mind, because your mind is always with you.
Yes.
Ananta is only with you once a week or once in a few weeks. So use this time to listen to this one,
Okay.
and then the rest of your time you can go back to that if you want.
Okay.
So, so the one that is before the doubt or the trust can be there. What can you tell me about that?
It's like mind is coming to answer, you know. I listen my mind coming to give the answer inside.
That's good. That's good. That's
So
good.
I don't
It's good.
know if it's
So
not coming from my mind. I don't know how it
it's fine. It's fine. Let me help you with this. So very good. Now you're noticing. Now you're just noticing and speaking from there. So the mind is coming to answer. Who is aware of this mind?
I.
You are aware. How are you aware of this I that is aware? You're aware of the mind. You're aware that it is you that is
Because
aware.
there's nothing else. I don't see anything else than
How,
I being aware of this thought.
how do you see yourself? How do you see this I?
Here there's like this confusion because the
Yes.
mind, all these concepts, so many years. So I have all these concepts.
Yes.
If I don't pay attention to the mind, I don't know. I hope I should talk too fast to see if it's talking just my other way, but I don't know. I don't know what to say.
Don't worry. Don't worry about any of that. You're doing well now. You're doing well now. So we came to this point where you notice that the mind is coming up with answers. It is coming up with confusion. But it is you that is aware of the perception that we call mind. Now, how are you aware of this you or I? Which you is that one that you cannot perceive, but you are so clear it is I. It is you,
Yes.
isn't it? So if somebody says you are not aware of the perception that we call mind, it is somebody else that is aware. You will say, no, of course, I am aware.
I am aware. Yes.
This I, you cannot perceive, isn't it?
No, I don't think so.
Try to perceive it. Don't go with your thinking
No,
either.
if I try to perceiving, I go outside that I perceive with the eyes things that what are my feelings, what the thoughts are saying, all these that I'm perceiving is the I that is perceiving all these things.
The reason why I took you all through the first exercise was so that you don't have to worry about perceiving any perception. You see, let yourself perceive whatever you want. But you that is aware of the perception, does that change no matter what you perceive?
I don't know because I don't know what is that.
Try to change it. Now let somebody else be aware of this hand and somebody else be aware of the room around you. Can you make it
Nobody
happen?
else apart of I.
Yes.
There's nobody else here.
Nobody else, exactly. So this I that you see, there is nobody but myself here. Nobody. But this myself you cannot see, isn't it?
No, I just see the body.
Exactly. Exactly. So that self is aware even of the perception that we call the body.
Yes.
The sensations, the pain, the pleasure, the joy, the bliss, the anger, the frustration, the sadness. All of it is perceived.
Yes.
All these perceptions, only you are aware of. But this you that is aware of them, can it be perceived?
by others?
No, by yourself. Can you perceive yourself?
Can I perceive myself?
Yes.
I have too much imagination. You know, I can go
Yes.
out inside the universe and then see all the stars
Yes.
and there's the darkness and see me in the world and see me as a point and you know
So let me repeat.
it comes these things.
Let me repeat one important point. The point is that no matter where your attention may go, it may go to imagination. Even this world is the imagination of consciousness, you see. So don't worry. So it can go to all kinds of images, and all images are the imagination of consciousness only. You see, so don't worry, it can go. But what is on the other side of it? Who is aware of the perception? Let the images be whatever. It could be nice, it could be happy, it could be sad, it could be big, it could be small. No matter what it is, who's on the other side watching all of this?
No, I don't get this.
Yes.
I cannot think about this or I cannot search for this.
You can. You don't have to think about it. You see? I'll tell you how. Right now, you are aware of the perception of this hand.
Yes,
This hand you are perceiving. No?
yes.
How do you know it is you that is aware? Is it because you are thinking it is you, or is it independent of that?
Independent of that, I think.
Exactly. So whether you can think about it or not has nothing to do with the self-discovery actually. And whether you can perceive or not has nothing to do with the self-discovery. How do you know it is you that is aware of this perception? Do you have to think about it?
No, it's me. Probably when it's not me, it's when I become crazy. I'm in the hospital, you know?
Let's not worry about that for the moment.
Yeah, but it worries me a lot.
For the moment, don't, because you have the rest of your week to worry about that. So
No. I don't want to.
Exactly. But so I'm giving you the solution. But if you keep thinking about what you're worried about, then the solution will not be assimilated. You see, because then we are only talking about time. I'm talking to you about something which is beyond time. But if you say, I need to squeeze this into my time-bound experience, then you will miss the timeless which I'm pointing you to. And then the mind's trick will work, where you go back into the circle of time with the roller coaster of all of this up and down.
But I don't know how to or not pay attention to this thought of I'm going to the hospital soon.
Yes.
I'm becoming crazy. I'm going. It's like I'm doing a lot of effort to stay here. Like don't leave. Don't go. Don't go because it's like.
All that you can do is remind yourself gently that you come to satsang to hear Ananta speaking.
Yes.
You don't come to satsang to hear your mind speaking. So just remind yourself of that. And now I'm asking you, the one that is aware of this perception, if I say it is not you, what will you say?
Who is it?
Okay, so I say, okay, now, can you see that it is not you? Or you're still insisting it is you?
No, it's me.
It's you, no? So, but prove it to me. Can you show me the color of this you? What does it look like? Your mind will resist. It's okay. It's okay.
No, I don't know. I don't know if there's any color or if there's any form or if there's any. I cannot say no or yes. I don't know.
Yes. But then your answer would have been, I don't know. I don't know who is aware of the perception of your hand. But your answer is not that. In your heart, it is clear that it is you. You cannot deny it, actually. Even this voice, you are aware of the perception of this voice, isn't it?
Yeah. Can I make a break? I know you don't want to listen to my thoughts, but if right now I was euphoric or maniac, as psychiatric says, I could say, no, that is not my hand. That is the hand of blah, blah, blah. So you see what happened?
I see, but you're not saying that.
No, I can say now, yes, I'm seeing this hand. And
Exactly.
it's me. It's
Yeah.
me who is seeing this hand. But
Yes.
any other moment I can say, no, it's not.
Yes. So don't worry about the other moment. For the moment, grace is with us. That's why you have this clarity. You're able to see that it is I that is aware of all perceptions, including the perception of the hand.
Yeah, but I don't know what is I.
Correct. And that's good. Nobody knows. Nobody knows. And yet, you are able to see that it is you without having to see it with eyes, with sight. You see? It is actually the great unknown. It cannot be known conceptually. Nobody knows. The greatest sage does not know in the way that we say no. You see? And yet, at a different level, whether you call it intuition or heart, you know that it is you that is aware. I know that it is I that is aware. I know that there is only this I. You see? At that level of knowledge, which is not conceptually constructed, you see, it is absurd to say it is not I. It is, there is no such thing as not I.
Uh-huh.
So that to come to satsang is just to allow ourselves to rest in that deeper knowing, that which is aware that it is I that perceives. To the world, that deeper knowing is meaningless. To the deeper knowing, the world is meaningless.
I'm lost.
It's okay, don't worry. So I'm just introducing you to that aspect of yourself where you recognize yourself without needing any perception. Now, the best part about recognizing that is that not only is the self-recognition apparent there, but every problem in the world is also resolved from there.
I'm listening. I don't know what happened.
That's why we have recording, we have transcripts, we have everything.
Uh-huh.
So, because we are aware of the resistance that can come from the mind. So, all this is made available for all of you. So many times your mind will fight and say, yes, I am aware. So what's the big deal? How does it help me? You see? So, but I want to tell you that this recognition where it is clear to you that you are aware, you are awareness itself, in that intuitive insight, every guidance, every solution, in fact, the non-existence of all problems is apparent. Therefore, even in a worldly way, the greatest gift that you can give to yourself is to come to this recognition.
Yeah.
So, what intelligence do you have to rely on? It's a very original, very basic, very simple intelligence. But we have lost touch with that. And that intelligence has been overridden by that which we call conceptual knowledge or mental knowledge. See? And the mind likes being in control now because it's had the control for a long time. So it will resist this switch over. You see? Now, to the return to your innocence, you will be resisted completely by your mind because that is its design. It's designed to take control and doesn't like it when control is being taken away from it. You see? Now, where do you have to go to the self-recognition? Nowhere. Only as you let go of the proposals from the mind, this intuitive knowledge is just shining through you. This is the beauty of this simplicity. That all you have to do to go to your heart, to go to your intuition, is not buy into the proposals from the mind, not buy into the notion of time, not buy into the idea of what if this happens, what if that happens. All that speculation we keep aside and we just find what is true right here, right now.
I can't follow when you say, or it's saying to go to your heart and to your intuition. For me, it's a blank thing. I don't know what I don't understand completely. I try to understand that you're saying to realize that I am that I before all the construction of thinking or feeling or the world or whatever is I can recognize that I am I, but
so I'm just helping you by explaining to you that how do you go to that recognition? How do you go to that intuitive intelligence where you recognize that you are that which is aware? You see, and the only way to go to it is to let go of the false. It is not somewhere that you have to go. It is just the dust of the false has to be swept aside.
How do you go? How do you let go of the false?
I'm telling you, every proposal that your mind is offering to you, you just let go of that. Allow it to come and allow it to go. That's all.
Yes, I can, but it's a lot of effort to be all the time. Probably I'm not all the time seeing what comes from my mind, but most of the time I'm seeing what comes from my mind because I'm with so much attention to don't become crazy. That I'm seeing, okay, this is just thought, this is just mind, it's seeing this or that or whatever. Just when I'm talking, maybe it's not working so much. And I don't know if sometimes the thought says, but whatever you are saying, it's also mine. So everything is mine.
So, okay, let me tell you a simple example. Suppose that there is a man who works at the airport. Okay?
There's a what?
There's a man who is working at the airport.
Yes.
Yes. And his job is to pick up the bags from the conveyor belt.
Yes.
Okay. Now, he doesn't know, but his job is not needed anymore. He's been laid off.
Mm-hmm.
You see? But he's not understanding. When people say your job is done, you can go home, all he wants to do is pick up the bag. So somebody comes to him and says, no, you can stop. Stop. He says, okay, can I stop? But it's too much effort to stop. You see, I can't really stop. It's too much effort to stop. You see, then somebody has to really explain to them that just try to stop. It's actually not effort. It's just that you're used to it. So it feels so natural. But to not pick up is effortlessness. You see? So for a while, that man will resist and say, no, but this is my job. What am I without this? I have to only pick up the bag. You see? Then you find someone that you trust. You find someone that you listen to, and he says, okay, try it for one moment. Let one bag go. You see? Let one bag go. But the next bag has the title which says, but if I let this bag go now, it will come back again. You see, so I have to pick it up. You see? And I say, okay, now you picked up this one, now don't pick up the next one. See? But what happens when I'm not in satsang is the label for the next one. You see? So we pick that up. See? And in that way, the one that is running the conveyor belt called the mind is winning because all the messages that you are scared of are being put over there. What if this happens? What if that happens? I'm not able to stay like that. Just let go of one thought. That's all you have to do. Just one bag. Don't pick up one bag. Just allow it to come in. Just allow it to come in. No matter what it is saying, how helpful it is sounding, how true it is sounding, don't worry about any of that. In every moment, if you think you need to do a job, your only job is to let go of the next bag. That's all. Whatever the bag may say, it may have your name on it in big letters. Say, pick me up. You see, no, let go of one bag. That's all.
I don't see it so easy.
This is the bag. You see, the bag came with that title. I don't see is that easy. Okay, what is the next bag?
There's a big bag that says, what happened if as a result that maybe it's true that the brain is not okay, then maybe I as a consciousness.
That one bag is saying a lot of things.
I cannot be.
It's a big name card on it.
Yeah, but this is this bag comes comes in the mind very useful, because when I go to the psychiatrist, they tell me that my brain is broke and that it would be broke for all my life. So and it's too many years. So this bag is very huge.
Yes. So even if that was true, I'm not saying it is true, but even if that was true, to think about that over and over again, does that help the brain get fixed back again?
No, but it's not me that think this.
Yes, but it's the bag that is coming. No? Like you said,
Yes.
it's the bag that comes.
Yes.
Now you have been you're fired from that job to pick up the bag, and I'm the one who's telling you you no longer have to pick up the bag.
Yes, but this bag
Is not helping
it's
you.
not my bag. It's the bag of the psychiatrics that it's saying to me.
That's
like a true. You, Gemma, has this disability, discapacity. You're gonna be sick all your life, and then
yes, my dear, other psychiatrists also
once
telling
a month is telling me this.
Slow down.
I don't know how to. There's a touch
Other
on this.
psychiatrists also telling you to think about this all the time. To keep other psychiatrists also telling you you must keep telling yourself and believing that my brain is broken, my brain is broken. You have to keep telling yourself that. They are telling you to do that.
No, I don't know who is doing this.
Yes, it is your mind, you see. So allow this bag to come and go. No matter how true anything is sounding and who has told you, let your next bag go.
But let back go.
Yes.
I touch it.
You touch it, but then
and then it's like it's true or it's not true. It's probably that my brain is broke. That's why I cannot be. Well, I don't know. Yes.
Either way,
it's a big mess.
Like thinking about stopping to think does not help. In the same way, thinking that, oh, there's something wrong with me does not help. No doctor will also tell you, oh, keep thinking about how things are wrong with you. That will really help you. You see, so forget about all of that. Allow yourself to meet God, which is here. And I'm showing you the way to meet God, which is here, which is to not pick up the next bag. Because you have taken yourself to be the bag man, actually, but you are God. But you will not see that. It is not a bag which has to come with the label I am God, which you have to pick up and take. Once you are empty of these bags, then it is your natural insight. You see, it's your natural insight. That way beyond the afflictions of this body and way beyond the afflictions of this world, you are the holy divinity itself, which is beyond all of this. But not as thoughts, not as concepts that you pick up from the conveyor belt again, from letting go. This is the insight which remains. This is the insight which remains. So don't make concepts out of them. Don't make bags out of them. So So I'll give you one more tip. Many times you will pick up a bag. Everybody does. Okay. No matter how enlightened they are, they sometime or the other, everybody always picks up a bag. You see, but what about the ones that are free and the ones that are not free? You see, what's the difference? For the ones that are free, you see, when the next bag comes and says, "Oh, you're so bad, you were not supposed to pick up that bag," they don't pick up that bag. You see, they allow themselves to become empty again. And the ones who are not free and are spiritually seeking, they will pick up all the bags about unworthiness and how the master told them not to pick up. All these are bags only. You see, all these are bags only. But we end up picking them. That is the only difference.
Uh-huh. Okay.
What's the next bag?
No, I want to say that I don't know if it's a bag.
Every thought is a bag. Every thought is a bag. Every thought is a thought.
But what it is a bag. When I wake up, I feel like this distress. I don't know if it's the word. And suddenly the anxiety and the fear comes.
Yes. We'll come to this point where we will start to make a distinguishing, be able to distinguish between our mind and our heart guidance or our intuitive guidance. But before we can start talking
Distinguish between what?
mind, mental notions,
Yes.
and our intuitive guidance or our heart guidance. But before we can do that, you must just for some time not pick up any bags. Don't worry about where it is coming from. Everything that you may feel is coming from very true place, also let it go. It's okay. Nothing will happen.
Okay.
Then in a few weeks, we can start talking about subtler things about how to distinguish between mind and heart. You see? But for now, allow this to go. Otherwise, your mind will only pose as the heart and it will send you all kinds of messages.
Okay. Can I just ask you one thing more?
Yes.
I've been reading also. I don't know how it's pronounced. Siddhartha. I don't know the name of him. What the name?
Nisargadatta Maharaj.
Yes, Nisargadatta Maharaj. And there's something that it already comes as a thought in myself. That says, as long as you feel the need to make the discovery for something, make use of this discovery for something, then it can seem like the journey will perpetuate it. And of course, the discovery, from the beginning, I've been following Muji. The idea was that searching what is the true nature of I to dissolve mental health.
Yes. 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 For all of us, we want to come to the end of suffering, or everybody has different reasons. But it is mostly for the me that the seeming journey started. You see, for something for me. I wanted something for me. You see? So it all starts like that. But it's like saying, when I started, I wanted a glass of water. Now I'm discovering the whole river. You see? So once you start to discover the whole river, then you will not ask for one glass of water anymore. It naturally happens that way.
What happened in the thought that comes to me, because the thoughts comes to me, no? Or I see these thoughts.
Can I give you a piece of advice?
Yes.
Don't solve anything. Don't solve anything right now. Just stay with my instruction about not picking up the bags.
Yeah, but let me say, is that if I don't want to realize the self, what I'm to, for like curing or save the mental health? For what do I want?
Don't worry. No, none of us know what we want actually. Do you have to have a reason? Try
Huh?
living without a reason.
No, I
Try
don't have.
try living with no reason for anything for the next 1 week.
Uh-huh.
Like, why do I want freedom? I don't know. Why do I come and share satsang? I don't know. There's no money. There's no appreciation usually. I'm just kidding. You see, why do I come and share? It's quite thankless. You see, so why? Just is reason enough.
And back to fasting.
Don't have a reason. Don't need a reason for everything.
Okay.
If you get used to that, you are free. You see? We're so used to the mind's construct that for everything there must be a reason. I come to satsang because, I learn good things. What's in it for me? What's in it for me? That's the Maha Mantra of the ego. But now we learn to live free without having to have a conceptual reason for everything. That is trust. What is the point of devotion if we had to have a reason? If the reason was there, we don't need devotion. If the reason was there, we don't need trust. It's just rational. If something is rational, we would want to do it anyway. But trust and devotion comes in, independent of if there is a reason or not.
Let me say one thing, and I finish. Next week I have to go to the psychiatric, and I have to tell him that I'm going down with some pills, and
Yeah.
I know they are going to tell me that I'm not right and I'm not doing right. So these are very big, I don't know if you can tell me something about these things or not.
Nothing I've told you, and whatever advice I've given you is in opposition to any doctor's advice. You see? The mind will make these opposites and say, I will only do this, not do that. So for medical causes, if the car is broken down, you go to the car mechanic. I'm not talking about the level of the car anyway. You see? So what I'm telling you is going to work at a deeper level, independent of whatever other levels may be there. So go to somebody who is a good car mechanic for the car. Go to a good body mechanic for the body. Go to a good brain mechanic for the brain. I am not in opposition to any of that.
Okay.
Very good.
Thank you.
Be free from why. We must all become free from why. This why is very oppressive. Why do I do this? Why do I not do this? Either way, it beats you. Or another way to put it is, you can keep the why once you found out the who. If you find out who you are, then pick up the why again. It's okay. There's slight difference, no, between why and who. So before you pick up any why and why nouns, just find out who. Who are you? What is it that you are?
Once you know who you are, there will be no why.
Yes, it's a trick advice that way. You can play with whys for fun. But actually, once you know who you are, then there's no time. And why it is dependent on time. Why means causation. Why is something an effect of something else? Now, once you find who you are, it is the end of time. So time will become just like Lego toys, just the bricks you play with for fun. But you will not be obsessed with why. Let's go to Niranjan. I want to check on him also a bit.
Hey, Father.
Hello, my dear.
How are you, Father?
I'm good. How are you is the question.
Oh, I am fine.
Look at that. Huh? The one who comes to Satsang is very different from the one who sends me WhatsApp messages. Two Niranjans are happening there.
One true, one false.
It's okay. I'm happy
That's
to
the
meet
game.
you. Very. This so beautiful. Every opportunity that we get where we are not under the mind's influence, because you know how it is. When the mind's influence is there, then everything seems so dark and disturbing. But now you're not in the mind's influence, so use that opportunity to just meet your divinity in your heart. Just hug yourself so tight. Feel God's love permeating through your being, through this entire universe. That's the best gift you can give to yourself. So when the mind plays its tricks again, your love so deeply embedded in your heart. It may shake us from time to time. It's okay. It's okay. But less and less, less and less. So use the opportunity where the mind is not seeming that strong and powerful. Use it to just shine in your heart. As you are, as I can see.
This is all that is, Father.
Very, very.
Only play of belief. And that's also, there is no why to that. To anything, in fact.
Just go to speaker mode and say something and take a screenshot of yourself smiling like that. Take a screenshot of yourself smiling like that and put it up on your wall somewhere. Put it up on your wall somewhere.
I would rather take your screenshot and put it up on the wall.
I think that
You're
was coming.
smiling.
Put both. Put both next to each other, if you like. See, because when the mind plays its tricks, then you just look up on the wall and you see yourself so happy and you see me so happy.
At the moment, I am not worried about the mind tricks.
Yes, yes, yes. We've been through this loop 2 times.
Yeah.
See, that's why in India we put up the guru's photos on the walls. That is very good. It's very good.
Anyway, if it happens, you have to take me out.
Always, always, always. All my, all my blessings.
Thank you, Father.
Okay, let's go to Aniko.
Thank you very much, Ananta-ji. Can you hear me properly?
Little.
I will take it over. Yeah. Is it better now?
Yes, much.
Okay, so sorry for coming up again, because I know you already told me everything about everything, and I still come up. And
Then nobody would come up, you see, because I've told everyone everything about everything. So you can come. You're very welcome to come.
Thank you. I just put up my hand now because when you was talking about this example with the bags, and I feel that my bags
What bag did you pick up?
Yes.
After hearing the example of the bags, did you pick up a bag?
Yes. No, actually, halfway, yes, but actually, I don't feel my bags is in the same way. They are not in a thought way. So how can I tell you? For example, I wake up every night, middle of the night, with some kind of panicking, and this just a kind of energetic things around my heart, and it's like it's so tight, like I was in a prison, in a very small prison, and no way out, and it's so stressful, and there is no thoughts in it, so there is not even the identification of any thoughts really. It just is, and of course there is identification with this emotion, then it's me, but it's not in a way of there is a thought what I believe, and after comes some energetic emotion, but it seems like I wake up and suddenly it's happening, and really tiring. And I know I am maybe a little bit greedy, because you say always use the time now, because we are here now and I can help you now and not this time. But yeah, something is telling me I always want to be in this hug of God, and not just time to time when I meet you. I'm so much tired with
And when it is telling you that, are you in the hug of God?
Sorry? Sorry?
Tells you, I always, for example, you say, I want to always be happy. Mostly we use that to avoid being happy right now. So when it says, I always want to be in the hug of God, it is actually just a mind attack on you without realizing.
Yeah, I see, but in the night when I wake up, there is no thought. There is really...
So anything that tells you that you are an object in time, you see, is the mind attack. Now speak without time.
Even if I speak now, but still I will wake up at the night. I know it's not
That is
now.
time.
Yeah, I know. But can I speak with a little bit of time now? Because I just want to some solution. I want to some solution when I am not with you, when I am without you.
Right.
And I want to, because I don't want to always waiting for this, when this Friday is coming and I can have a little bit of rest. Because sometimes you ask people, is your problem bigger than your being? I cannot answer this. I try to answer at the night, all night. I don't know what is my being really. I try to find out, okay, but what is my being? What is that? And I cannot even answer this. And there is a lot of other answer. Everybody can say, yes, I am aware. I don't even know who is I am, who is aware. I don't know anything, Ananta-ji. And when I am alone, I cannot help myself. And the only way what is help me, then I don't know anything. But when these energetic things coming, is also doesn't.
Close. So, firstly, I'm laughing not at you. I'm laughing at your innocence and sweetness. So it's very sweet and endearing. So don't feel like I'm laughing at what you're saying. It's just touching my heart. So some laughter is coming. Yeah. So uh, now, do you feel? Let's let's um, let's ask a very simple question.
Yeah.
Do you feel like uh, I know what is better for you, or you know what is better for you?
Of course, 1,000,000%, you know everything. I don't know anything. I trust you
Very,
for
very good.
yeah.
Very good. So now, if I tell you that the best gift that you can give to yourself in any moment, especially right now, is to fully embrace your reality in this moment. But your mind will tell you, but does he know what happens to me when he's not there? Because this happens, and then how do I fix it when I'm not in satsang? You see? So you're hearing two guidance right now. One seems very absurd because it doesn't seem to help you outside of the satsang environment. You see, the other one is telling you a very seemingly helpful thing which will help you in your life throughout. You see, now if you are being rational about it, you will follow the mind's advice and say, no, but I need a solution for those times. If you're being irrational and you need devotion, then you will follow my advice to dive in deeply into this. You see? Now, which one are you going to follow?
I love you so much, and I don't want to be rational. I follow you.
One thing I will tell all of you as a reassurance. You see, as a reassurance. When I met my master, when I met Guruji, he did not tell me anything in time. He did not tell me what to do after I step out in the hot seat. You see, I met him fully. And then I did not have any questions about time after that. So if he had told me, my son, when you wake up from sleep, just do this, you see, and then before you go to sleep, just chant this prayer, you see, all this, he could have. But the gift that he gave me was so much beyond that. And that is the gift that I want to give you.
Thank you.
And you have met this gift.
Yes,
You have met this gift. You have
yes,
met.
I always have. I'm so sorry because I'm so stupid. I don't know why I am. Maybe I'm so greedy, and you
No.
always give me this gift.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I am not saying that you're greedy, unworthy, any of that. You are very innocent, you're very pristine, you're completely open to that I want to share. And the mind is tempting you, obviously. You see, the mind tempts all of us. And for many years before I met Guruji, I was tempted also by the mind in this way, saying, I need a permanent solution. How can I be happy always or be free always? You see, it's unfair that I can be so free in the presence of the master, but when master is not there, then I'm suffering again. The mind can say all of these things. But I promise you, the greatest gift you can give to yourself in any moment is not any solution, not any answer. You see, it is the gift of God. It is the gift of self. There is no greater gift. So when we come to satsang, I know that the support of the sangha, the energetic support, all of that is available. So we can cut through all of those layers of time and space very quickly. And in an instant, all of you are out of this universe. You may not realize it, you may not understand it. In fact, you cannot, which is fine, which is very good, because if you understand it, it will become all strange. You see? But in a moment of true looking, when we are like this, you have left this universe behind.
Yeah.
So what about the one who wakes up and goes to sleep is just like a dream character? What are we talking about? Who is that? You've left the universe without getting into any spaceship or time machine. You have left time and space. You see? That is my gift to you. I am not talking to you as if you are one body object who is going to go to sleep tonight and will wake up and this is their life story. All I know is that I'm meeting God. God is meeting God, you see? And God is reminding God of its true nature, away from this delusion of limitation and all of that narrative and story and all of this. So, and I trust the word that come from here. So if the sense from here was that there is not enough openness and maturity to meet this as it is, completely naked and completely open right now, then maybe some time-bound advice would come. Okay? But I have to trust the heart which speaks from here. Because if my heart says, but you can do all of this, leave all of this idea, you see, I have to trust that. Even if you say, no, but tell me about what to do when I wake up, I chant this mantra, you see, if another one may come, and they may say they have this problem, and I may say to them, you chant the Ram mantra, you see, not that it is lower or higher, but it is just different, you see, different temperament, different life situation. So I may say to them, take a mala and chant 108 times every night before you sleep, and any time if you wake up in the middle. I may give them advice like this. I have to trust that. So something from here knows your true openness, your true insights, and doesn't want to treat you like an object in time anymore. And all I can do is trust that. Guruji once said like this. We were sitting, and he had a long day of satsang. Maybe he had satsang in the morning, then he was sitting with smaller groups. He said to us, by the end, his body was a bit tired, and he's saying, but what am I actually telling you? I am telling you that you are the most magnificent. You are higher than the highest. And what is the resistance that you are saying? You are saying, no, but I am an object. I am this, I am that. You see, so what a strange sort of thing. You see, mostly teachers in the world are putting us down and saying you're worthless, you're pointless, you're not understanding. Here the teachers are telling you, you are the greatest, greater than the greatest. And you're saying, no, please don't get me there. I want to be treated as an object, you see, as a body mind, which was born like this, it goes to sleep, it wakes up. You see, what a strange relationship it is, no? Guru disciple. You go there, you are God itself, you are aware, even of consciousness, you are aware. You're saying, no, but what happens in time then to that? Of food and flesh and blood. So where to move? Then the mind will also say the master does not help me actually. He is on his own trip. He doesn't want to help me. He is on his own trip, which is actually true. Because you are my own. You are me. You are my reality. I don't want non-existent me with its non-existent problems and solutions.
I love you. Thank you so much.
Yeah. All right. Then we go to Satyam.
Namaste, Ananta-ji.
Namaste.
Can you hear me?
It's a bit mild, but we can manage with this. We can manage.
Can you hear me now? I have nothing prepared again to speak anything. These are like 5 pages of Hanuman Chalisa. I dreamt about his image when I remember when I was 5 years old. And now it's just coming up to recite this. And a part of me was, the mind was playing, oh, we are going to satsang and this is looking within and who is I, and now you're doing this, reciting some but intuitively I can sense that it's all one and the same.
Yes, yes.
And my heart is I to say even the word heart is not
You want to recite for us a bit? I love the Hanuman Chalisa. Actually, for many years I recited it also. And I
okay.
carried it around in a wallet. It's still there actually.
Oh, beautiful. Can
Give
I
it to-
recite some words?
Please, the whole thing.
Okay, thank you.
You're not supposed to stop midway once you start. It can be traditional as well.
This is the Chopai way it starts. Jai Hanuman Gyan Gun Sagar. Jai Kapis. This is so this opportunity which you have given. My mind is like now in a shock, like, oh, this is I never thought that this I would be doing.
Very
And these photos, these images of Neem Karoli Baba, you and all these masters are here. So, and this has come in my life, and it's a joy to do this with Krishna Das, the singer. So I do this, and so here I go. Jai Hanuman Gyan Gun Sagar, Jai Kapis Tiho Lok Ujagar, Ram Doot Atulit Baldhama, Ajani Putra Pavan Sutnama, महावीर विक्रम बजरंगी, कुमति निवार सुमति के संगी, कंचन वरण विराज सुबेसा, कानन कुंडल कुचित केसा, हाथ ब्रज अरुध्वज विराजे, कांधे मूंड जनेऊ साजे, शंकर सुवन केसरी नंदन, तेज प्रताप महाजगवंदन, विद्यावान गुणी अति चातुर, राम काज करिबे को आतुर, प्रभु चरित्र सुनैब को रसिया, राम लखन सीता मन बसिया, सूक्ष्म रूप धरि सियहि दिखावा, विकट रूप धरि लंक जरावा, भीम रूप धरि असुर सहारे, रामचंद्र के काज सवारे, लाए सजीवन लखन जिवाए, श्री रघुबीर हर्षि उर लाए, रघुपति की नहीं बहुत बड़ाई, तुम मम प्रिय भरत ही संभाई, सहस बदन तुमरो जस गावे, हस कही श्रीपति कंठ लगावे, संकादिक ब्राह्मणी मुनीसा, नारद सारद सहित अहिसा, जय कुबेर दिक्पाल जहाँ ते, कवि गोविंद कही सके कहाँ थे, तुम उपकार सुगवरही कीना, राम मिलाए राजपद दीना, तुमरो मंत विभीषण माना, लंकेश्वर भय सब जग जाना, जुग सहस्त्र जोजन पर भानु, लियो तही मधुर फल जानू, प्रभु मुंदिका मेली मुख माई, जल्दी लागे गए अचरज नाई, दुर्गम काज जगत के जेते, सुगम अनुग्रह तुम्हारे तेते, राम द्वारे तुम रखवारे, होत न आज्ञा बिन पसारे, सब सुख लहे तुम्हारी शरण, तुम रक्षक काहू को डरना, आपन तेज समारो आपे, तीनों लोक हाँकते कांपे, भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवे, महावीर जब नाम सुनावे, नासे रोग हरे सब पीड़ा, जपत निरंतर हनुमंत बीरा, संकट ते हनुमान छुड़ावे, मन क्रम वचन ध्यान जुलावे, सब पर राम तपस्वी राजा, तिनके काज संकल्प तुम साजा, और मनोरथ जो कोई लावे, सोई अमित जीवन फल पावे, चारों जुग प्रताप तुम्हारा, है परिषद जगत उजियारा, साधु संत के तुम रखवाले, असुर निकंदन राम दुलारे, अष्ट सिद्धि नौ निधि के दाता, असबर दीन जानकी माता, राम रसायन तुम्हारे पासा, सदा रहो रघुपति के दासा, तुमरे भजन राम को पावें, जन्म जन्म के दुख बिसरावें। अंत काल रघुबरपुर जाई, जहाँ जन्म हरि भक्त कहाई। और देवता चित्त न धरई, हनुमंत से ही सर्व सुख करई। संकट कटे मिटे सब पीड़ा, जो सुमिर हनुमंत बलवीरा। जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई, कृपा करहु गुरुदेव की नाई। जो सत बार पठ कर कोई, छुटई बंदी महा सुख होई। जो ये पढ़े हनुमान चालीसा, होए सिद्ध साखी गौरीसा। तुलसीदास सभी हरिचेरा, कीजे नाथ हृदय में डेरा। पवन तनय संकट हरण, मंगल मूर्ति रूप। राम लखन सीता सहित, हृदय बसऊ सुरभूप।
सियावर रामचंद्र की जय।
अनंत बाबा जी की
हनुमान की जय।
Thank you so much, Ananta ji.
So heartfelt, beautiful.
May your presence be in my life always and with these Babas. I started this because there was some tamasic energies were in my body, so it came into me naturally to because I am unable to do them, so I asked for help and your help so that they. Thank you.
Yeah, I was chanting this because I was very selfish. And there's a promise at the end. I don't know if you know this, but it says that whoever chants it 100 times will be free forever. And for me, that was a very good bargain. So I chanted it at least 100 times, if not 1,000 times.
Wow.
Right.
I'm just chanting one time.
Like that, but it takes on its own flavor, its own divinity, its own way of how it goes, and it's an important aspect of this life. I hardly speak about it, but thank you for bringing that up as well.
I'm so glad that I was not thinking that to get supported like this, but I was not prepared to speak anything. What will I say? But it just came up.
Yes. Nothing our mind can prepare can meet what God's grace can just work in its own openness and emptiness.
Yeah. And also at the same time, this is going on else. Also, I'm listening to one of your pointings to, I'm forgetting her name, where you talk about, can you stop being?
Yes.
And even something is even aware of the being. So this is going Hanuman Chalisa. So they're all coming up together in this way.
You're being supported in every way, Very.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Let's go to Radhesham.
हाँ जी,
Namaste.
प्रणाम स्वामी जी, नमस्ते। हेलो, आवाज आ रही है?
हाँ, बिल्कुल।
हेलो,
आपकी आवाज आ रही है, आपकी आवाज।
अच्छा, थैंक यू। जो आपने पाया है, गुरुओं ने पाया, कि हम भी पा सकते हैं क्या स्वामी जी?
बिल्कुल क्या है, गुरु सिर्फ आपको दिखा रहे हैं तो आपका ऑलरेडी है।
अच्छा,
आपके पास ऑलरेडी है, बस हम आपको उसको देखने का तरीका दिखा रहे हैं। ऐसा है जैसे आपके घर में एक कमरा है जिसके बारे में आप ही को पता नहीं है, पर गुरु आपको बता रहे हैं कि उस साइड देखो, वो है ऑलरेडी, तो वो आप ही का है। गुरु वो सिर्फ देखने का तरीका समझा रहे हैं। तो भगवान किसी की जागीर तो नहीं है, सबका है ना? तो आपका भी वो है जितना गुरु का है उतना आपका भी है, तो आपके पास है, बस ऐसा लगता है कि हम लिखने का तरीका भूल गए हैं, तो तरीका थोड़ा समझा देते हैं, फिर आपको मिल जाता है अपने आप।
इतना सरल है।
इससे भी ज्यादा।
और जब गुरुओं से कृपा मांगते हैं तो वो कृपा मिलती है क्या?
मांगने से पहले
मिल जाती है। मतलब वो तो है ही फिर।
बिल्कुल, जब भगवान आपके दिल में है तो ऐसा कुछ नहीं है जो आप सच्चे मन से मांगो आपको ना मिले। अगर अपने स्वार्थ से मांगेंगे, अगर अपने आप को ईगो समझ कर मांगेंगे तो नहीं देगा भगवान, पर अगर आप सच्चे मन से जो भी मांगोगे वो आप ही का है।
थैंक यू,
वेरी
धन्यवाद।
वेरी वेल, बहुत अच्छा लगा आपसे बात करके।
मुझे भी।
So I will translate a little bit of what I remember, just for everyone. He says that that which the Guru has can we also get. That means that मैं आपको 1 मिनट म्यूट कर देता हूँ, फिर आप 1 मिनट। So he said that which the Guru has or Guru has discovered can we also get. So I was just reminding him that we already have it. So the Guru's job is just to point to how to find it, how to look for it. So I gave him the metaphor that suppose there's a room in your house where God lives, but you have forgotten about that room. But the room is already in your house. He's already in your heart. So the master's job is just to show you where it is. It is not to give you something new. It is just to remove the ignorance which seems to block our vision towards seeing what is already there. That was the first one. What was the second one? If I ask for help or I ask for grace, will that be given to me? And I said, it's already, before you can ask, it's already yours. And if you ask with openness, with purity of heart, with not selfishness and egotism, then it must be given. It already is yours. Very innocent exchange, and I enjoyed that very much. What more can we say? Okay, let's see. Let's go to Sneza.
Hello, Ananta.
Hello.
I just wanted to come in front of you. Last week I had some problems with my laptop. I couldn't.
I see you're in a well-lit place now.
Yes, different place.
How's everything? I wouldn't know if somebody was to ask me, how is everything? It's all good.
like now it is all I could ever ask for.
But
in fact, no, but because because all the stories are just stories, and like since I came in front of you, like it's kind of melting of this glue with mind stuff. It didn't last for all the time, but now it's okay. It's I'm here
So happy. So happy to hear this report. Just this much. Mind is just full of stories and narratives. Without it, I'm just here. So good.
I hope that this glue will stay with you.
Yeah, I'm happy. I'm the glue collector. I'm happy for it to stay with me. All my love, all my blessing.
Thank you. Stay with me, please.
Always, always. Let's go to Srikanth, who's sitting in the dark, but we shall enlighten him.
One moment.
See, already done, finished. और बताओ क्या चल रहा है? How's your Hindi?
Yeah, it's okay.
Which part
Not
of the
so good,
country?
but I can manage. I'm from Hyderabad.
Hyderabad. So Hyderabadi Hindi is quite nice.
I mean, but I'm a Telugu speaking. Yeah.
My Telugu is not that great.
So you know bit of Telugu.
Well, little. You don't have kuncham, right? You have what do they have?
Yeah.
Not Telugu?
Kuncham, yes.
They have Tamil. The Tamil are getting, no, the Malayalis are getting upset about why I'm using Tamil for Telugu.
Yeah. When I meet you like this, I mean, nothing comes up actually.
Before that, what was there?
I mean, different things are coming up that, okay, you talk about this thing, or you talk about that thing like that. I mean, well, I'm in Satsang.
Yes.
But before Satsang, I mean, rest of these days, most of the time, this thought that I will end up marrying someone I don't like. I mean, this thing, I mean, it really gets me, Father. I mean, there is a seeing happens, and then I will ask, to whom are you speaking? I mean, I ask like to my mind that to whom are you speaking, or who is this? Then immediately it jumps into a satsang, and then whole satsang happens within me. I mean, there's a thought, it comes up, I mean, brings up some sweet emotions, and then I realize that, okay, it's another trick of my mind. Then it goes back to something else.
In the world,
sorry,
the world play, in the play of perceptions, is these kind of situations coming, arranged marriage and things, or is it just a fear from nowhere?
It's a fear. I mean, someone tried for this match. Actually, it's like an arranged thing, and I rejected it. but they are still trying in a way. So.
But you met the girl and you didn't like her.
Yeah.
I mean, only talking to 100 of us, so it's just very, very private. Don't worry.
Yeah, it's okay. I mean, she's like my cousin. I've been talking to her for some time. Yeah.
Yes, you don't have to rush into any of that. Don't get pressured into anything. Just from your heart, just it'll allow you to see it clearly, and trust your heart. You'll be fine.
Yeah, Father. I always try to remember this one thing from Bhagavan, that what is destined to happen will happen, and what is not destined will not happen. But maybe it's time for me to concentrate. I mean, at the end, he says that you have to keep quiet, and now I want to just concentrate on that part of keeping quiet. Sorry?
You have to keep quiet if that is your destiny.
I don't know if it is my destiny.
So, fully surrender. If you, I'm not a great fan of the word destiny actually, because it sort of puts consciousness in the temporal box and sort of makes it sound as if consciousness is stuck now in some script which it itself wrote. But it's a simple way of just explaining to everyone, and Bhagwan's intention, of course, was to just in a simple way explain that the will of God is not understandable to our human intellect, and to allow it to play out the way it has to. But in our human mind, we understand it as some sort of predetermination or predestination, which then puts all of this in some time construct, as if God is not alive to this moment right now and is not playing with every aspect of space and every aspect of time possible. So, so God is all there is, not just in terms of the spatial construct, but God is also all there is as far as the temporal construct is concerned. Now, the mind will struggle with this because it cannot fathom this kind of thing. But just to go back to Bhagwan's intention of sharing like this was just to take our sort of individual notion of doership and individual idea of free will out of the equation, and to meet ourselves in a broader way through surrender. Through surrender, then you see that I am not this limited object, but this world play is being driven by a great intelligence called consciousness, called intuitive intelligence. You see, so that is running this life, and the play of this body mind is nothing separate from that. So the idea of individual volition and agency is taken out of us with this kind of point. But it should not become any sort of like idea, like very hard-coded idea of, okay, this is defined like this and God is defined it now. God also cannot change it.
But I thought that either way it's not in my hand, so just
Exactly.
let it be.
Good. That's good.
But
So in whose hands is it not?
in my hand.
I is. So
I don't know.
it's a good one. So I used to take myself to be the doer, and now I see that I'm not the doer. You see? Now, but what we have taken ourselves to be changed, or is that still the same?
Sorry, I didn't get this part.
So I have taken myself to be the body mind. Now I used to think that I, as a body mind, am a doer. Now I see all is in God's hand. I am still poor old body mind who is not the doer now. And that's
No,
okay.
that one is not there now, Father. Because for long time.
So the one that is not the doer is which one? The one who was the doer was which one?
When I first came to know that I am not the doer, for a long time, this game happened within me. That every time some actions happens, and then as I watch it, then my mind says, "See, you are not the one doing. You are not the one doing." And then somehow, after listening to yours and Muji Baba's pointings, I understood that now it's becoming the non-doer, and then it's just happening.
Yes, and that is good provisionally, in the sense that I used to take myself to be the body mind with the additional feature of doership, agency, volition. But now I take myself to be the body mind, but I'm not the doer, it's God's grace which is doing everything, not Satguru's grace which is doing everything. You see? But now I'm inviting you to go deeper and to see that you, that is either doer or not doer, which is that you?
I am not both. I mean, I'm neither the doer nor the non-doer.
Then who are you?
I feel some kind of presence or some kind of feeling. I see that.
Good. The I which sees that is which one? Because with the inner eyes, we can make a report like this, such a beautiful report. I see even the presence. But the I which sees the presence, what can we see about that?
I can't say anything about that.
Why can't you say? Don't say, you said not to ask the why question.
No.
So you are able to confirm that it is you that is aware of the present, isn't it? So on what basis are you concluding that it is you?
I'm sorry, but I'm not even concluding that I am that.
Then could it be somebody else who's aware?
No, there is nothing beyond that. I mean.
Yeah. So the basis for this insight, is it based on perception? Is it based on just conceptualizing? What is the basis?
The perception of presence. I mean.
And who is aware of the perception? Can that also be perceived?
That is not a perception.
That is not a perception, and yet we call it I. I am aware of the perception. So on what, if it is not perceptual, then in which way can we conclude that it is I? It is undeniable also, because it's absurd to say that I am not aware of my perception, my neighbor is, or something like that. So it is clear, obviously, I am aware of this hand that is being perceived in front of me. So this I, which is aware of this perception, itself cannot be perceived, isn't it?
Yeah.
So cannot be understood by the mode of perception. The knowledge of the self cannot be had through the mode of perception. Secondly, what is the other way in which to know something? You could think and think and think and solve it and say, okay, it must be I, because it is not Jyotima, it is not Nitin, it's not Surabhi, so it must be Ananta. You see? So, but is that the way we are coming to see that it is I that is aware?
No.
It is not an inferential process. It is not an intellectual process. You see, so neither through perception, nor through mental process, nor through intellect, we just know this. We just know this. And this just know this is the highest knowledge. It is self-knowledge. But because it is so natural to us, we have neglected it. We feel like this can't be it. This can't be it. Bas, yeah. This can't be it. This, so everybody knows. Who doesn't know this? How can this be Atma Gyan? But actually, it is this. So what's happened in the human condition is that we've learned to value perceptual knowledge and conceptual knowledge more. And this innocent insight seems to have been forgotten. Now, in Satsang, we are just reminding ourselves of this. And as we are letting go of conceptual knowledge, our reliance or our dependence on conceptual knowledge, you're meeting your intuitive insight in this way, which not only guides you to your self-discovery, but is also every guidance that we could possibly need is also available there. That is why it's called moving from the head to the heart.
So is that what mean by heart? I mean.
Yes, so when I speak of the heart, this is what I'm talking about. The intuitive center in a way, which seems to pulsate as the core of our beingness itself. It doesn't have to be the same experience for every aspect of consciousness. Some may experience it differently, but its way, which is intuitive, has to be the same.
And is that what I amness is? I mean.
that which is aware of even the sense I am, you see, is the self. Now, the sense I am, for some, can just appear universal. But for some it seems to be centered with a proximity to the physical heart, not a location. You see, it can be feel like there's a sense, there's a core of the sense of being. So when we say, can we stop being? Can I stop being? Some may feel a pulsating core at the center of this beingness. Some may say, what core? It's just everywhere. And either is fine. You see, but that intelligence which can see this inwardly is the intuitive insight. It's its own intelligence. Its primal intelligence of the being itself is the intuitive insight.
I sense.
Let's look at it instead of speculating about it. In which aspect of your being are you aware of your presence?
I didn't get you, sir.
In which aspect of your being? Is it the mind aspect? Is it the perception aspect? Is it based on attention? Which aspect of your being are you aware of your presence?
I mean, it was like a presence which is palpable. I mean,
Yes. Now, that you are aware of it, where is that known? That it is palpable for I. This I, where is that known?
it's like it is the end. I mean,
You cannot find a location to it. See? You cannot find a location to it. You cannot find any attribute to it. And yet it is not dumb. You see? It is not dumb. It is like an intelligence of a unique kind which we are not used to. You see? You're fully aware of presence. You're fully aware of perception. And yet it is independent of the normal modes of knowledge, which is perception and thought. So, and this we cannot find a location. So then we use a term like the heart, because it is beyond these worldly boundaries, and it seems to pulsate at the core of this beingness. So the river of this intuitive intelligence also seems to flow from there. But that experience doesn't have to be common to everyone, you see. But the nature of the intelligence is common to everyone. Okay, if all of it is complicated, I'm just saying something simply, which is when we don't rely on traditional means in the human condition, which is the mind and which is perception, then we come face to face with a new, fresh type of knowledge, you see, which is not boxable in these traditional constructs, and that is why you see, the words in satsang may sound strange because it is trying to use old tools to bring about a knowledge which is beyond what these tools can do. And that's why masters always say that we can only point to it in words. You see, we cannot really say it in words. We can only try and point to it. Because what is in my heart, what is seen clearly in my heart, is inexpressible in words. And yet, Guruji has given some life energy here to be able to try and point to that, point in that direction and say, like I was telling the brother earlier, that there's this aspect about yourself which you have forgotten. You see, like Kabir said that within your pocket, the diamond is already there, but you've not opened it and looked. Can we express the diamond in words? Can't. It's very shiny, it's very sharp, and how to express it.
in your presence, and it just happens without much effort. But
That's why I don't want to, usually, that's why I don't waste the opportunity, because it is the supportive presence of the Sangha is there. I don't want to waste the time and the opportunity. I want to take you straight to that instead of speculating about things in time and things in space, which I know that the mind finds very irritating for many of the
no,
Sangha.
it's
Father doesn't
by
really
God's
answer.
grace, it was never that way, Father. But there is this.
Nicer, maybe. Most
Sorry.
masters are nicer that they answer the questioner. You see, I'm answering what the question that you should have. It's not even the question.
And then when I try to see this awareness, or in the rest of the time when I'm not in satsang, there is this strong vibration here. Like it's there. It's been there since like 3 or 4 years, maybe.
Do you feel like it's a constrictive vibration or a supportive vibration? Not that
No,
it
it's
matters.
not.
You can get very caught in the quality of vibration, but one way in which you can really ask is to see whether awareness is affected by the vibration, whatever the quality of the vibration the mind may be interpreting.
No, there is this me and there is this vibration.
There is the me is which one?
As a background, which is seeing this vibration.
And that background, is it affected by the vibration?
No, it's in that background vibration is there.
Yes, and it remains unconcerned, isn't it?
No.
So then, if it was a problem, it would be a problem for whom?
No, it was never a problem, but and somehow since the past 2 weeks, I can also see something is like pulling my focus here, and then I just don't want to rely on my mind. My mind tries to interpret. See, I mean, no, it's happening, and then it's just my mind.
Okay, whatever has to happen naturally. If attention has to go to these things, it can go. It's fine. It's all in support of your awakening. Nothing is opposed to it. Very good. All my love, all my blessings.
Thank you.
Okay, let's go to Alvin.
Alvin, hello, Father.
Alvin, my dear. Okay, hello.
Hello. I want to meet you fresh today, and I want to share with you what happened since last week.
Yeah.
I have watched this, of your YouTube again, and I have seen that it was a lot of person in this conversation, and something it's calming down. So my mind is there, but I handle it like you say, with the bag. It comes and it goes, and I want only to say you that your words are so powerful, your words and the words from Guruji, and I appreciate it so much.
Thank you. Very good. Already in 1 week, you seem a lot lighter. It seemed like you left most of your bags anyway.
Yes, like your help with your grace. Thank you so much. And also I want to tell you, so I have looked, but my English is not so good that I can make such things as a transcription, because I understand very much, near to 100% what you say, but when I want to talk to you, sometimes I run out of words because I don't have the words. So I'm so.
It's fine.
So
it's fine. It's fine. It's completely fine. Anyway, transcriptions, are we getting many? Hardly any. And nobody is doing the homework. They realize that Ananta is actually one big softie, is not going to do anything. And should I be saying all this? No. But you know what's happening? I noticed that the YouTube's the translation, the closed captions, auto-generated, are quite accurate now. So you could actually just, if you wanted to cheat on your homework, you could just open the transcript file. There's a way to download the YouTube transcript file and take out the thing and just send it to Prithvi. I give you homework and also tell you the ways to cheat at them. At it. Don't have to worry. We'll come up with some other exercise. Now that I've ruined it completely. The transcript team must be knowing this.
Yeah.
I feel like it's almost 9. Huh? Can't access it. The file. Oh, the studio, it's not available to everyone. Really? No, it is, because I have done it with some things that for work and things, where I have been able to download the whole. Yeah, it's not right there visible. It's, you have to click on something.
Because I mean the CC, I mean the subtitles come.
Yeah, but you can download the whole thing.
Still have to read it because it misinterprets some
words here and there. Yeah. That's how we'll make out if you cheated on your homework. Don't worry. You know, what happens sometimes is that like earlier when I started sharing satsang, I would just go into a lot of detail about the mechanics of belief and inquiry and how we should inquire and things like this. And I noticed that while I was guiding in the inquiry, of course, I was inquiring myself and it was fresh. But many times I would feel like the ones that I was guiding were not doing it. So it's just, so satsang became an inquiry session for Ananta itself. And everybody else who's coming was just like, yeah. So I felt like it'll be a useful exercise. Because right now there's so many people watching and you may be a bit self-conscious, you may not hear every word. And I get this report many times that I listened to the recording that we had and I didn't realize that you had told me this or you had also told me that. So I felt like it's a good exercise, just to go and revisit the satsang, the conversation, and immerse yourself a bit deeper into that. That was the feeling behind the transcript homework. Not that we are short of people to do transcripts or something. It was more like a seva for yourself to immerse into the satsang. But I realized that language difficulties also. So don't have to worry. We're not being very strong about it. So I said one time that I'm tired of being this satsang jukebox. You all just put the question and then you stop listening. And I'm sitting here inquiring myself. And you already moved on to the next question. All this kind of, I was ranting one day. Like that. So Then I said, for 1 week now, I will ask the question, then you all will have to answer. This is when they were more here, much before, like 6 years ago or something. So for 1 week, I just asked questions like that, and everybody then had to answer. We can do that maybe one week here. It will be fun also. But it's basically, I'm saying it's all good. Don't worry.
So it for me it was so when I watched this part when I talk to you, then it feels like it's something. It was a complete stranger who was talking to you, and I can observe it better than when I talk to you, and something get clear. Okay, my mind is coming from time to time, but I don't get to buy in it. So
Very good. Many times it could happen that the one that was there at the start of the conversation is no longer there at the end of it. So when you revisit it, you say, "Who is this guy?" It's very good. It's very good.
thank you. Love you.
Okay, let's go to Madalena.
Thank you, Ananta-ji. I put my hand up because I have this longing, which I understand is for the Satguru inside.
That's good enough if you want to pause there. The longing for the Sadguru inside. So already you said inside. So where will you find the Sadguru?
Inside.
Right.
But there is.
Okay, before we go to the but, who is there inside right now? Who is there inside? Whose presence is there inside? See, the mind has one main mission. That is to convince you that your presence is a limited presence. It is not God's presence or the Sadguru presence. But your presence, your Atma, is the Paramatma.
It's true, the mind is trying to define something and put some.
In all definitions, definitions by definition are limitations. And the self is not limited. So if you buy into a definition, you buy into a limitation about the self. How is that for a definition? So, with your inner eyes, are you finding the divinity within or not?
I am.
Yes.
I do sense there is this permanent battle between
What do you sense?
Mind.
In battle.
I sense there is a battle, like mind is coming in.
Okay, wait. Now keep your inner vision on the Satguru presence. Keep your inner vision on the Satguru presence and speak from that. Nothing to do with your attention. Attention can go wherever. I'm just talking about intuitively. Remain aware of the divinity within you and speak from there. Is there a battle?
Okay. I was going to say, can you help me to dissolve this fear to speak from there?
Yes. In fact, my inviting you is an invitation to dissolve it. Because it can feel a bit wobbly, it can feel a bit scary. Because we are letting go of all the constructs used in the past to define ourselves.
True, including a thought that, it's this arrogance to.
Don't determine the nature of anything at the moment. Don't try to understand anything also. Just follow very simply, like an innocent child. Now, you're aware of a presence within yourself. Now, this presence itself is the Sadguru presence that you are longing for. Now, there's an aspect of yourself, your intuitive intelligence, which is aware of this. Now, don't rely on any other knowledge for the moment. Just remain with this. Nothing can hurt you. You will not lose anything of value. You will only lose your false narratives and ideas. So don't go in there with a thermometer. Don't go in there with a thermometer. You know what I mean? With a measuring tape. Don't go in there with a measuring tape. Like, how am I feeling now? Is it working for me? Is it not? Just try to keep that aside as much as possible. I know that it's a habit. So it may feel like it's a bit too much to let go of, but I'm just inviting you gently to notice that. And in the noticing, it will dissolve. So otherwise, it can just feel like, yes, the presence is there. Can I stay like this? How much is it there? Is it staying? Is it increasing? Is it reducing? Leave all. Am I being true? Is it just my mind? Is it all of this stuff? The doubts, the confirmations, everything. Just keep it aside as much as possible.
Including the fear that I'll lose my next question.
Yeah, definitely that. You said you're longing deeply in your heart for Sadguru presence. How can there be a next question after that? You're deeply in your heart for something else also. Once I get something, then I will. This is how the mind will play with you. He will say next, okay, now if this is sorted now, this is my one opportunity. Ask him. You know? What greater gift can you give yourself than the divinity, the holy presence of the Sadguru within?
Ah, I need to drop this belief that you can reach Sadguru presence only at Guru's feet.
What do you mean by
Physically.
this? There is no difference between Sadguru presence and Guru's feet. Guru's feet is not a lump of flesh or falafel.
His feet is flashlight.
The flashlight. Nice. One man said to Papaji that when I'm at your feet, everything is fine. But when I go into the marketplace of the world, then I'm full of suffering. So Papaji said, why do you leave my feet? He said, but when I go outside, why do you leave my feet? Bowing down is a metaphor for letting go of our righteousness, our knowledge, our need to, own and to continue. It's just bowing down and surrender in our heart. It's more than enough. When it plays out in the world, in India, of course, it's a very natural thing. In the West, it seems very convoluted and things like this. In India, it's so natural and common, but it's metaphorical. It's representative. So the bowing down is letting go of our ideas and our notions of what is true. And the master's feet is what you naturally come to as the divinity in your own heart. Let go of your mind. So Sadguru presence is becoming apparent or no?
It is apparent.
Mahabharata has gone away, the permanent fight is gone.
I think mind will come, but
You think mind will come?
Guruji says that, it's not me.
Guruji thinks mind will come. But depends. It's not a crime you committed or something. You're just laughing. Don't worry.
I'm not, no, I'm not, I'm just wondering why it's so hard to
What did I say about the why question?
let them on the trolley bags or whatever. Don't pick it up. Don't think.
You want to pick up a WH question, pick up the who question. Otherwise, if you have to answer a why question, I've been saying, answer why you are. Why are you?
One with you.
That is the only why question I'm allowing. Why are you?
To be one with you.
Then that's the answer to all whys.
Sorry?
That's the answer to all whys then. Can there be a why after that?
No.
Very good. Let the bags go. They will come. Let them go. They will come. Don't worry.
Thank you.
My dear, all my love. Let's go to Edgar. Edgar is not there.
Hello.
There you are.
Hello.
Oh,
Good good evening, Ananta-ji. I'm
good
good.
evening.
I'm fine actually. I just raised my hand like an hour ago, but it's
Yeah.
okay. It's okay.
What time is it there now?
Oh, right here it's 9 a.m. But I just slept very late, so yes, I've been listening to all the satsang basically in my bed. Didn't expect to be called out, so that's why I had a slow reaction time. Yes.
Don't worry.
You know, as I'm looking for something to report now, I don't find anything specific. Even some apparent insights, I do not want to give them any importance. Life situations as well, just basically everything, because like the point that it's your soul stories is really nice and it does apply here. Very thankful. Yes. Very thankful to you.
Happy and we meet soon in your sleep state anyway. So I'm with you. I'm with you. And all my love, all my blessings. Always, always. I feel very happy every time I see you. Get some sleep. Yeah?
No, I actually feel embarrassed for this.
You feel embarrassed?
Yes.
Don't
Yes,
feel
because
embarrassed.
I didn't expect to be called out.
Yeah, it's okay. Don't worry.
Yes. I want to come more often to satsang.
Yeah.
But it's just the same hour every Friday, and it usually I have either university or it is very early. So
very early.
yes, right here is very early. So I'm trying to come as much as possible. Not as much as possible, as much as I could, because I sometimes have bad habits, and you know. But it's okay.
Yeah, you're doing very well. I have the sense in my heart that you're doing very well. So don't worry about any of this. It's all good. It's all good.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, thank you.
Okay, let's go to Mukesh. Oh, my dear.
मैं पहली बार आ रहा हूँ, मतलब थोड़ा नर्वस हूँ.
Take your time, आराम से, कोई जल्दी नहीं है. Just feel at home. Don't worry about anything. Where do you live?
मैं वैसे तो जम्मू से हूँ, लेकिन अभी मतलब हिमाचल में हूँ, कांगड़ा.
अच्छा.
जी. एक क्वेश्चन था, मतलब जैसे कि मतलब जैसे होता है कि कभी कभी हम बहुत ज़्यादा मतलब मेडिटेशन अच्छी हो रही होती है तो हम खुश रहते हैं, तो उसके बाद एक मतलब ऐसे ऑसिलेशन सी बन जाती है.
Okay, let's pause for a moment. Maybe help me translate because I want to do both the Hindi and the English. So come closer and then you can speak to everyone. So Mukesh, Jyotima here will translate for us as we go along. I may speak in Hindi to him, so just you translate for everyone else in English. So can you repeat from, just go from the beginning so Jyotima can translate for them in English. आप फिर से पूछो, फिर ज्योतिमा इंग्लिश में बताएं.
ठीक है. जैसे कि मतलब कभी कभी होता है कि मतलब हम मेडिटेशन करते हैं तो मतलब इंक्वायरी सही से जा रही होती है, मतलब एफर्टलेसली, तो फिर उसके बाद ऐसे मतलब बहुत ज़्यादा मतलब माइंड हमें मतलब ज़ोर से मतलब, तो उसकी वजह से बहुत ज़्यादा मतलब ऐसे परेशानी सी आने लगती है और मतलब ऐसा लगता है कुछ भी सही नहीं जा रहा, तो उससे मतलब.
So Mukesh is saying that some days his inquiry and his meditation feel very effortless and good, and then the mind comes back in a very noisy way, and then he feels it's a lot of oscillation, and he doesn't really like that state.
पर ऐसा होना बहुत नेचुरल है. सबके साथ ऐसे ही होता है कि कभी कभी ऐसा लगता है कि हमारी इंक्वायरी इतनी अच्छी चल रही है, मेडिटेशन इतना क्लियर है, रेजिस्टेंस कितना कम है, पर ऐसा लगता है कि माइंड वेट कर रहा है.
So it's very natural to feel like that my inquiry is well and my meditation is good, and it's very normal and natural for the mind to feel that the mind has come back, and there's nothing to feel stressed out about if it does come back.
So ऐसा लगता है बार बार कि जैसे माइंड हमारी वेट कर रहा हो कि कब इसकी मेडिटेशन खत्म हो और कब मुझे चांस मिले अटैक करने का.
Sometimes it feels like the mind is waiting for your meditation to be over so it can come back and attack you.
So ऐसे में क्या करना चाहिए? जब मन पूरा काबू में है तब तो हम कुछ कर ही नहीं सकते, तो उसको भूल जाओ. पर जब ऐसा लगता है कि मैं देख सकता हूँ अपने मन को, तब फिर से पूछ लो अपने आप को कि मैं कौन हूँ, और जो भी आप इंक्वायरी के लिए यूज कर रहे हो आप उसमें फिर से जा सकते हो.
So when you're already under the influence of the mind, you feel fully identified with it, at that moment you can't do anything. But when at other times when you're in the inquiry and you're really quiet, at those moments ask yourself, who am I?
So, उस समय पे ये मत पूछो कि ऐसा मेरा मन क्यों करता है. उस समय पे ये पूछो कि मैं कौन हूँ.
In those moments, don't ask why does my mind behave like that. In those moments, ask who am I.
नहीं तो क्या होगा कि माइंड आपको अटैक करेगा, फिर माइंड ही सोचने में मजबूर करेगा कि ये माइंड ऐसा क्यों करता है.
So the mind will attack you, and then it will further attack you by saying that why does it behave like that?
है ना. तो पहले आपको स्टार्टर खिलाएगा, फिर मेन कोर्स खिलाएगा, फिर वो डिजर्ट खिलाएगा कि ये तो माइंड ऐसा ही है, मेरा तो कुछ नहीं हो सकता, है ना.
So first it will feed you the starter by saying, I got caught, and then it will say, oh, it will feed you the main course of why did I get trapped again? And then it will feed you the dessert, which will be, oh, I'm hopeless case and I can never get it.
So जब भी चांस मिले आपने माइंड को नोटिस कर लिया, उतना काफी है. अब फिर माइंड के बारे में और माइंड मत यूज करो कि वो माइंड ऐसा क्यों करता है. फिर आप अपनी इंक्वायरी में वापस आ जाओ.
So if you got trapped, you leave it, and but in the good, then don't give so much attention to your mind anymore. And
it's okay. So and they've heard this before, so it's fine.
और एक बात ये है कि मतलब जैसे हम एक इंक्वायरी पे रह नहीं पाते हम कभी, मतलब जैसे मतलब मैं कभी दूसरी इंक्वायरी यूज कर लो क्योंकि एक काम नहीं कर रही होती तो मैं दूसरी पे मतलब ऐसे करता हूँ, तो मतलब सही है या क्या मतलब.
so he says he can't stay with one inquiry. He starts one and then he just shifts to another inquiry and then starts doing another one. And is that okay?
तो जैसे क्या किस टाइप की इंक्वायरी करते हो? What
type of inquiry? Father is asking him, what kind of inquiry are you doing?
May help to just have your eyes open during this time.
Yes,
so you
sorry.
can...
जैसे कि पूछ लिया कि मतलब अभी अवेयर कौन है, तो आंसर तो आ ही जाता है कि मतलब मैं हूँ. फिर पूछ लेता हूँ कि मतलब मैं कौन हूँ, मतलब जो बोल रहा है कि मैं कौन हूँ. उसके बाद तो फिर कोई आंसर नहीं आता, लेकिन फिर बाद में माइंड आ जाता है थोड़ी देर बाद इंटरप्ट करने.
तो फिर इंक्वायरी कैसे चेंज हो जाती है, किस टाइप का क्वेश्चन हो जाता है?
फिर मतलब जैसे कि माइंड कुछ लेके आ जाता है, मतलब कोई भी मतलब डिजायर या कोई मतलब, तो फिर ऐसी इंक्वायरी चेंज हो जाती है कि मतलब ये डिजायर अगर है तो किसकी है, मतलब कौन इसको डिजायर कर रहा है, इस तरह से.
So he says that when he begins the inquiry and he asks, who am I? And he begins and he says, it's me. And then he says, ask who's this me? And he's quiet and it's fine. And then the mind comes in and gives a suggestion of a desire. Then he again begins by saying, okay, whose desire is that? And
तो मैं एक सिंपल चीज सजेस्ट करता हूँ. जैसे आपके थॉट्स आ रहे हैं तो आप पूछोगे इन थॉट्स को कौन देख रहा है.
So this is a suggestion that when your thoughts arise, ask yourself who witnesses these thoughts.
तो फिर क्या होता है? आप ये ट्राई करके देखो.
Try now.
मैं विटनेस कर रहा हूँ.
हाँ, और फिर पूछो ये मैं कौन है.
So ask yourself who is that who is witnessing those thoughts.
कोई आंसर नहीं.
There's no answer.
उसका मतलब ये है कि मन में कोई आंसर नहीं है, करेक्ट?
So that means from your mind you don't have an answer.
पर हार्ट या इंट्यूशन में ऐसा कभी कंफ्यूजन हो सकता है कि कौन देख रहा है ये हमें पता ना हो.
So your mind doesn't have an answer, but is it possible that intuitively or in your heart that you don't know who it is that witnessed those thoughts?
तो उस मन का खाली होना ही काफी है, क्योंकि जब मन में आंसर नहीं है तब ये हमारे लिए क्लियर होता है कि मैं इसको देख रहा हूँ, पर ये मैं जो हूँ मैं उसको देख नहीं सकता, इसको सिर्फ मैं इंट्यूटिवली महसूस कर सकता हूँ इन अ वे. सॉरी.
So it's very good when your mind doesn't have an answer, because it's okay when your mind doesn't have an answer, because then you can see intuitively that it is you who is witnessing these thoughts, but this you which does witness them is itself not perceivable in any way, and it becomes very clear to you that it's not perceivable, but yet it is you.
So जैसे अभी मेरे हाथ को कौन देख रहा है?
मैं.
है ना? तो वो मैं, आप देख रहे हो उसको, वो मैं दिख सकता है?
मैं.
फिर भी पता तो है कि मैं ही हूँ.
जी.
कैसे पता है? मन में तो पता नहीं है. ओके, आई विल हेल्प यू ट्रांसलेट. सो मन में तो पता नहीं है ना? तो जब मन को छोड़ देते हैं तो जो डीपर इंटेलिजेंस है, जो आत्मज्ञान है, वो ऊपर आने लगता है, सब वो सामने आने लगता है. तो उसको मन पहचान नहीं सकता कि ये आत्मज्ञान है. So what I'm telling him is that when it is apparent that I am witnessing this hand, I am aware of the perception of this hand, it doesn't have to be a mental construct. Independent of the mental construct, we are just aware that it is I. And this awareness that it is I is an intuitive sense and never a mental construct. जो हम इंट्यूशन से देख पा रहे हैं अपने आप को, उसमें की कोई बाउंड्री है, कोई लिमिट है?
So you can know yourself through intuition, and this self which you know intuitively, does it have a boundary?
तो इस मन को छोड़ पाना ही इंक्वायरी का मकसद है, कि हम ऐसा क्वेश्चन पूछते हैं जो हमारा मन आंसर नहीं कर सकता, तो छोड़ देता है, और जब मन छोड़ देता है तब हम अपने डीपर इंट्यूशन के पास जाते हैं.
To leave your mind is the purpose of inquiry, because when you can leave the mind, then you will.
Let me help you with that. So then the truth of what you are is actually apparent to you. See, anytime we're not referring to ourselves in the mind, then our truth is actually apparent to us. So मन को छोड़ के कोई confusion है आपको? ऐसा लगता है कि मैं कौन हूँ, ये बहुत मुझे समझ नहीं आ रहा है, ऐसा कुछ है?
नहीं.
तो मन को छोड़ना ही है इंक्वायरी का मकसद. So we can look at the purpose of the inquiry itself as the letting go of the mind, because in the letting go of the mind, what we are is apparent, and the mind cannot never answer a question like this. So it gives up. Clear?
Yes. Thank you.
All my blessings. Okay, Laura is back, so we go to Laura. Laura, or Paula? Laura is. Let's go to her. I was going to ask for forgiveness because I feel like I'm done, but I want to hear what she wants to say.
Hello, Father.
Hello.
Thank you very much. I it's been a hard time since the last Muji's retreat. I've been like in a dark hole, but I know that that's normal, and I can see how I believe my mind and all these lies, and I can see how I cooperate with this in a bad way, and so that was normal. I know that that was normal. But a few days ago, my daughter, she's very sick now, and I just can't stop thinking if she's going to die or and this is so real now. And
all the medical advice, all the medical help that is needed, is she receiving that?
yes, she was hospitalized for a few days, and now she's at home. But now we have to make a lot of I don't know how to say that, lab tests, tests, and we are living now like in a uncertainty, and I'm just trying to see where is the blessing of all of this.
First, let's all just for a moment send the little child all our love, all our blessings. And my Father's grace, may this child be fully healed from all her afflictions. May she be healthy and happy very, very soon. She's a bit better. That's why you were able to bring her home, or?
No, she has a very complex condition, and she can have, we don't know, but maybe she can have a normal life. She's at school, but I don't know how to explain this in English, but she has a condition in her blood, but we don't know what is happening, and she had this complex thing, like when she was 5 years old, and now it's again, and I feel very scared, and I'm trying to see who is scared and why, and I feel like this mother person, I don't know how to say, like me being me as a mother is so strong, and my mind is like very identified. I am very identified with this thing that I am a mother, and I have to take care of her, and that my life will be unbearable if she dies, or if she is sick all the time, and I just want to put this at your feet, because all this black hole was a joke when this happened with my daughter.
So I want to say first that this maternal instinct is very primal, and not just in the human condition, in the world. You know, even I was saying in some other context the other day that even a goat may fight with an elephant to save their child. So it's very natural for in the play of this world, for this mother maternal instinct to be so strong and protective. So don't make your spirituality or self-inquiry in opposition to that. It can, the role of the mother, the role of a parent can be played within consciousness. In the intelligence of consciousness, there is full space for that. So don't feel like you have to work so hard and get rid of the mother identity or something. Don't worry about that, especially in this time when it's all a bit raw and very fresh and things like that. Just allow it, accept it for some time. It's fine. Don't worry. Just don't identify with any other identity for the time being. Keep the mother, and then we'll see. After some time, we'll see whether something has to be done about that. Okay? So otherwise, the mind will use this as an opportunity to get the very primal instinct to come in opposition to your satsang, and then it'll create reasons why for this conflict and difficulty. There's no such thing. If my children are unwell, I may cancel satsang and spend some time with them. You see, it's fine. Don't worry about it so much. So I'm giving you license for a few months. Keep the mother identity. Nothing. Don't worry about losing it or leaving it. Don't worry. Take care of the baby and allow consciousness to play the mother role. It's completely fine. And allow yourself to lose all other identity. In the meanwhile, that much is more than enough. That much is more than enough. There's no, God is not oppressive. It's not judgmental. It's very natural for a mother to feel this way when a child is going through such medical emergencies. So all of us are in full support of that, and whatever you need as a mother, please let us know as a Sangha also, and if there's something we can do, we're happy to help. Just want to talk to some Sangha brothers and sisters who will not come into any sort of opposition to this mother role which has to play out. I'm happy to connect you with some Sangha members also if you need that. Of course, Allah is already with you, which is a great blessing. But if you need to talk to someone ever, just get this off your chest and I know it can be quite scary this time, but we're all there for you. We're all there for you. So don't worry about this. Don't use spirituality to attack yourself. Just let yourself be. Whatever is happening is fine. You have full license for me for a few months.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yourself all the space that you need. Just allow it to unfold as much as possible. And if you feel so strongly identified as a mother, feel it. It's fine. Don't worry. It's good. I'm with you. All of us are with you through this. By Guruji's grace, may all this become lighter and lighter and easier for you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I love you so much.
Much love to you, your family, both of you, all my love.
Thank you, Father.
So welcome.
Thank you so much. We love you so, so, so much.
Okay, let's hear Jada and then Sanji. No more hands, okay?
Hello, Father. I don't know what to say after this so touching and true conversation with Laura. Yeah, after that conversation, what I wanted to share doesn't. It feels it has no importance at all. And thanks to you, actually. And yeah, what can be just so relevant is that just because I heard you say today when you talk about satsang, it just became so naturally, and sometimes I don't get even appreciation, and I just feel like maybe I don't really offer my gratitude, or I we don't thank you enough. But really, I just wanted to say that even though we don't maybe put it verbally in our hearts, just every time, just during whole day, just overflowing gratitude in our hearts. And I'm sure, and I know that it's same for all Sangha members. Just there is no doubt about this. And just thank you for everything that you have given to us. Just and not even about giving, you know, just thank you for your being, just your being with us, just everything. And yeah, just this gratitude.
Thank you, Anand. I appreciate that. But I just want to say that I was just exaggerating to make the point of the thing. But thank you anyway. I feel you all. I feel it in my heart. I never actually feel unappreciated or something. I was just exaggerating. Sometimes you have to use the metaphor to make a point. That's all. But thank you for your expression.
Thank you too.
Sanji can come.
Hello, thank you, Father, thank you. I'm not sure why I came up today. I was also putting the hand up and down. I'm feeling a bit nervous now.
Oh,
yes.
Are you back at the university or what's happening?
Yes, and it's going very well. Thank you for what you said last time, and it was very helpful. Yes, I don't know. I wanted to come just fresh. Maybe one question that came up when you were speaking with someone today, you said, if you ask with purity, I don't remember the rest or before, but I was wondering if you could speak maybe a bit about that and what it is meant when you say purity.
Yes, thank you for giving me the opportunity to clarify, because these kind of words can actually become oppressive at some point, and we can use them to sort of make ourselves feel unworthy. So thank you. Good. I'm glad you asked me that. What I really meant was that consciousness invoking any aspect of itself as consciousness, you see, it is bound to show itself. It is bound to show itself. What I meant by purity was unadulterated by egotism or selfishness. You see, even when we ask selfishly, many times God does listen and does happen. You see, but it's not guaranteed, because God, like Guruji says, God is not that unkind that He makes everything that we want come true. So what I meant by purity is that with just openness, emptiness in our heart, if we invoke an aspect of consciousness, there is no question, it will show up. So a true longing for only truth, a true longing for God, a true longing for pure being, see, will show itself, will bring its fruits. There's no question about it. So that's all that I was trying to convey, not some sort of moralistic purity.
Yeah. Yes. And that feels also true. That makes sense. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for asking that, because I got this chance to clarify.
Thank you. Thank you.
All my pleasure. Couple of more prayer requests. Beloved Father, my mother fell down and fractured her foot. Please bless her healing and her spirit. Play a bhajan. Not so pop.
Bhaja Govinda, 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 Bhaja Govinda,
Thank you all so much for being in Satsang today. Satguru Shri Muji Baba ki Jai.
Satguru Shri Ananta Ji ki Jai.
Guru Kripa Keval.